All right. Hello. I should be live now. I had so much internet issues just trying to connect to this. So hopefully it's. Hold on a second. Let me. Okay. I don't know how that happened. All right. Anyways, I am back here, and hopefully this is like working now. I'm not sure. I think it is. All right. Yeah. It might cut out soon, though. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go with it, and hopefully it works. All right. So I have three different stuff to work on at the moment, and I'll just keep the music kind of loud for right now. Okay, so let's do that. Let's actually expand that just a little bit. And on nighttime, daytime. Yep. Welcome to the stream, Galactic. And this one is a nice early one, kind of. Right now, I am drawing a kid. So making with the kid fairies, they usually have bigger eyes. I'm not sure if I should make the pupils that much bigger. I think this should be fine though, because it's a lot bigger than the parents. All right, so it's got that there. Let's do this. Yeah, I got me a bit of time to do this today. All right, so yeah, unless folks like really seem to like what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just gonna switch it every 20 minutes. All right. I know y'all probably can't see it, but there's like some lines right there. Would use leave to construct cabins in the grass. Yeah, they actually do that in the comic. In fact, in my last section, they had like a whole bunch of walls made out of leaves. A whole bunch of walls made out of leaves and grass too. And let me add this right here. Like a lot of fairies do that as well, but like I should make these ears smaller, shouldn't I? That's fine. Anyways, yeah, they do that, but they also usually like live in mushrooms and stuff because those are poisonous to a lot of animals. But there are like variants of fairies that live inside of regular cabins and stuff. And so let me add the hairstyle here. Alright, and this one is 10, so just gonna add just 2 antennas to each. Hey, boop. There we go. What's up, Ape to Green? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we got this right here. And let's do that here and this here. I think I'm gonna add just 2 of the top teeth this time. And then just add that here. Just make that black. Doing like mostly line work right now. How would they communicate when they are far away? What these guys do is they usually have like couriers to go and like send messages between each other, but they also have these flying insects they use to like as like carrier pigeons basically. So they use that to send notes to each other, or they just send like people. Because these guys, they do have a civilization, but it's not like high tech like ours. It's kind of like it's kind of medieval, but a little bit less medieval, but more civilized. It's hard to explain. Like technologically, they're in the Middle Ages, but they have like societal concepts like we do now, like healthcare and all that. Healthcare, hospitals, what have you. So that's like what I don't know why I said like all of that when you specifically asked about how they say stuff in long distances. But yeah, that's just an extra fact, I guess. Sticks would be spears and rocks would be swords. Definitely. In fact, I actually drew that. I'm not sure when that stream was, but it's also available on I know I forgot something. I wanted to link the, what do they call it? The comic right there in the chat, but I forgot to do that. All right. So I'm gonna have this one be eaten. Oops, sorry. Accidentally punched the microphone. All right. Hopefully that's, oh my, I think I broke it. Alright, hopefully the music is fine. I'm just gonna assume it is. Let's see. Alright, they have all of this, so I feel like maybe she would eat like some kind of mouse meat, so we're gonna have this be like a roast. Kind of. Alright, so let's see. Let's make this red. Alright, just use that little brown color right there. Alright, so just gonna add this like as bite marks. Let's make that slightly darker, and let's see, how would I convey that this is mouse meat? Because these guys, they hunt all kinds of stuff, but oh, I like that song. All right, let me stop talking for a bit. Alright, let's have the hand go kind of like that. And like this. Alright. Now that the good part's over, I'm gonna speak again and turn that part down. Alright. So, let's go back to this. Let's just make her be holding it like with her smaller hand. I made these fairies so weird looking, but I hope I succeeded in making them like very bug-like, where folk can see obviously that they are bugged in their own way. Alright, so that's there. Let's look at that and sorry. Fairies is pollen equivalent to oils? Pollen. Yeah, it could be. I need to do more research on pollen though. But I feel like it could be that way for them. I think I made that too small. Let me see. That works like that. So let's do that. Let's add the lines. Alright, I think I'm done with like her specific design right here, so I'm gonna just color her in. Alright, completed this one in just 12 minutes, so that's good. And then I'm gonna move on over to doing something for a guy named DJ. If I go, bees use pollen to create honey. Yeah, these guys, what they do is they have some guys dress up as bees, and then they go inside of a bee nest, I should say beehive, and then they just go and get the food from the bees, and steal some of the honey. Like, it's a very dangerous job for them. Many die. Let me get that and get this. But it is worth it for them because these guys have a sweet tooth to them. Let me add that and this. I think that's all for right there. Let's grab some of that color. That color. I know I should be using like color palettes because that makes things look better, but it most certainly does, but I'm the kind of guy that likes vibrant stuff. Alright, so let me add this. But yeah, so these guys, whenever they're hungry, they have these all kinds of jobs, what they do. Like, this comic book is gonna be all about jobs and all kinds of stuff that these fairies have. There's one where these fairies, they gather honey from a beehive. Let me see if I can make this color look better. Like this, that blends into the tongue, the skin, so that's not gonna work. That could work, I guess. So we're gonna do that. Oh, and I turned them out blue. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna make that white. I doubt anyone would notice, but I have the eyes offset color, so it's not really white, but their teeth are. Right, anyways. Oh, so about that crash in the previous live stream, I think your computer has problems with. Yeah, definitely. Tarboy says W, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I agree with you, Velactic, because I was on vacation at the time, and the internet there was so good. I mean, like, since I was there, I was downloading some video games, and like, it took only like 30 minutes to download something that was 1 gigabyte. And like, at my current place, it takes me like a whole day and a half to download something like that. Like, I get games off of GOG. I think they call it Good Old Games. The eyes look slightly too gray. Let me see if I can get a better one. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, and since this guy doesn't have the correct antennas, like, since his antennas aren't covered, I can go ahead and just add his AIDS sensors to it. I forget what they call the stuff at the side of the antenna. You know, these little line stuff. Because mods have them, but I just forget what they're called. Alright, that's good. Alright, we're nearing 20 minutes. So, poor ants. Do they have leaders or not? Poor ants. Yeah, these guys, they're getting eaten like crazy. But don't worry, they were already killed before they died. They were already dead before they were killed. They were already killed before they were eaten. That's what I meant to say. Alright, do they have leaders or not? Yeah, they have a whole bunch of leaders. So what these guys... I cannot believe I messed that up. Alright, let me fix that real quick. Alright, boom. Alright. So yeah, these guys, these fairies, they have a whole bunch of leaders. So what they do is, the leaders, they're basically in charge of all the fairies. They call them the royals, and they are basically the ones anointed by their fairy gods, which is what they call the Fae. In fairy mythology, they believe that the Fae got together and created all of nature, everything you see in nature and all kinds of other stuff. And then there was one Fae. I didn't like write any of this down. I just been thinking about it. I'm gonna write it down soon enough though. Alright, so there's this one, until one day there was this one Fae, which is their fairy god, that was malicious, hated every single thing about nature. That Fae made the giants. And the giants went and started destroying everything about nature, reshaping it and obliterating nature in every way possible. The giants are what their fairies call humans. Because, keep in mind, let me just draw a quick example real quick. See, like, this right here. Let me just do that. So this is a fairy. Snail shell would be their bunkers. Yup, they can definitely fit in that. And so this is basically the size of a fairy. Alright, and this would basically be the size of a human hand. So let's just do that, and that, and that. And I messed up that guy's thumb incredibly. Let me just get rid of that. Cut. Alright, so that would basically be the size of a human hand to them, and everything else is in proportion. So yeah, these guys, they basically evolved alongside humans, and they gotta keep themselves a secret from the humans because, you know, humans would just step on them, do all kinds of other stuff to them for the most part, and they would just die off and go extinct. Like, can you imagine, like, humans finding out that these 2-inch tall fairies that have around the same intellect as a human are just running around, not paying any taxes? Like, and these fairies, they would have the same thought, like, if they can establish any ideas and relations between humans, they would. But they would also, like, try to like establish taxes and laws from them too. But anyways, that's basically. Oh, did the stream crash again? Hopefully not. Alright, but yeah, that's basically how the fairies are compared to the humans. They are that tiny. So they often, like, these fairies often go about and use stuff like toothpicks and stuff that they salvage from humans to go and attack them. Did you watch the Ant Bully movie? I have seen that movie. It was a nice movie. Like, small part of, like, the societal structure in here is inspired by that movie too. Alright, so let me get rid of that. And that is the 20 minutes. So, alright, let's do that, and let's go over to here. Because DJ wanted one of these. So I figured, let's just do it on stream. Alright, so he wanted, like, some Legos to be shirtless. I won't judge, because I think it's kind of neat. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So he wants Zane to be, I don't know who these characters are precisely, but hopefully it's a fine thing to do. So we're gonna just do these here. And I'm probably just gonna have them not have any of those helmets on. Or I could just give them ones to represent their color so he can know the difference. And so Zane is the white one, so let's just have him kind of like this, like that. Personally, I never really seen Ninjago. I have heard of it. I've seen it in, like, commercials and stuff. Right. To my knowledge, Legos don't really have what was that the word I was gonna say? Right. Unimportant. So let's just do that. Do that. I drew that hand pretty decently, that Lego hand. But yeah, anyways, I did watch the Ant Bully, and let me just say it's a pretty good movie. And it stars, like, all kinds of, like, pretty cool actors that I'm a fan of, like Nicolas Cage and all kinds of stuff like that. But what I really like is, like, how the ants interact with the humans. They have, like, their own societal structure, all kinds of these fascinating ideas. They even had their own ant religion. I think that's kind of stuff is pretty neat. Like hidden societies within a human society. I just think that's neat. All right, so let's add that. Add that. All right, so that's that and that there. All right, so by the way, I used to like play with Legos all the time when I was younger. So let's add that. So that's good. Sure, music would be made from leaf or stick. Oh yeah, definitely. I was thinking about like what kind of music I want them to make because there is like another species that knows about the fairies that are actually allies with them. Alright, so let's get this yellow out. Lego saw cars when I was younger. That's neat. For me, it was like, I don't think I had a specific set to be honest, but I did have these like Lego bricks, assorted bricks. I'm not sure if that was like some kind of like bin item. Actually, no, it wasn't because like I did have an instruction manual for stuff, but I like just building my own thing, like building like these little Lego houses for these Lego folks to live in. That was the fun times. Alright, so let's just make that slightly darker yellow. Just cause, and let's go ahead and make this dark gray. Let's adjust that. And this. Sometimes it just bleeds through just one pixel. I don't know why it does that, it just does. So let me do that and that. Alright, that works. But yeah, Legos were quite good back in the day. Because back in the day, they weren't expensive as all heck. Like, I recently heard that for the average Lego set these days, it costs somewhere around $300. Like, at that point, that's just pure insanity. And to my knowledge, $300 for the ones that aren't even, like, doesn't even have any technology in it. You know, like those coding ones that they released quite some time back that taught you how to code and stuff. Like, I can see that one costing maybe $200. I don't think it should, but I can understand that one costing that much. But they actually have some that cost well over $400. That's some BS to me. Was one in Lego Jurassic World and Dimensions, but that's unavailable in my area. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would assume like since Jurassic World is kind of a recent movie. Actually, there's 4 of them now. It might not be. Well, it is to me, but gosh, time flies. And anyways, let me see. Alright, let's make that white. Oh, his eyes are blue. Oh, let's just do that then. Okay. Right, 10 more minutes with this one, and then we can get back to some animation this time. Should I feel like days ago? Weird. It's August now. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Galactic? These times, they are crazy. Because they just move so fast these days. Alright, let's do Cole now. So, same black captain. Maybe he wants it like with their face covered too, but I don't know. It should be an easy fix if anything.
My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may.
I think that should be fine. Okay. It's getting dark outside. Right. It's probably gonna be a storm. And from 2009 to 2019 feel like 30 years. 20 to 2025 feels like it's time slow. Yeah, I think it's just something that happens when you get old. Like the older you get, the faster time flies. So that's why, personally, I think that if humanity somehow cures old age, it's still not going to feel like enough time because people, the years they exist, they're just going to keep on piling and it's just going to feel like time is escaping them completely. So, even though it isn't. So, that's why I think instead of doing that, they need to just find a way to make time like completely last the same amount of time no matter how you feel. And I think that would make people perfectly happy with their existence. That's what I think, at least. Alright, so I'm gonna just do that with this guy. I'm just gonna change this other claw. Yeah, I think they would be happy if that were to happen. First of August, it's gonna be my 18th birthday. Well, happy birthday in advance, Galactic. I was recently celebrating a birthday myself. So, yeah, that was a nice thing to do. Alright, so let me make this one. Let's make this one black. We can make this one red. And let's just put them in their colors too. Alright, so let's make this one into the Buster character. So do that. But yeah, happy birthday in advance, Galactic.
I'm so bored.
And so boom boom,
Games are starting to feel like chores.
I got that hat.
Some triangle guy came up with a new game he found. Instead of just one world, I'll have 3 as my playground.
Well, nothing is really gonna change too much about this guy. Not really seeing anything in their eye color, so should be fine. 18, but I still feel like 14 years old. 2020s is maybe I'm gonna say. Yeah. I feel like it's probably that way with like most adults. Like whenever they feel like they just like stopped being a teenager, and then they just look back and realize, wow, they really aren't a teenager, and they just go crazy. All right, so let's add that. All right, I completed this one relatively fast, so that's good. Okay, so here we are. And basically that is completed. All right. So we did that. I was highly creative as a kid. So Legos are my type of toys. Yeah, I agree. I had like a bunch of toys, but I really enjoyed playing with the Legos. Sometimes making like little houses for my other toys. Those were some good days. But yeah, I had like a whole bunch of toys. And I remember playing with like most of them. It was so nice. Used to play all the time. Right, so let's go ahead and get back to this. Hopefully that expanded it. Just gonna expand that so it looks more believable. So I think that's good. Right, let me. Oh, I forgot to do that. Let me see. Here's the animation you're working on uploaded. Well, I sold most of it to the person that I was making it for, and they liked it. So I'm gonna add on some stuff to it, and then I'm gonna post it as soon as possible. So I want to say today, hopefully, if not tomorrow. Could be even further though, because I planned to finish this way earlier, but other things keep on coming up, and so let's do that. though. Time goes slow or fast for you? Kind of both. I guess mostly fast. Not really having fun all that much, but it's going fast. So, feels like that it would be over quicker compared to someone like just feeling normal, I guess, without time going fast. Be good. How fast does time move for you, Galactic, by the way? The eyes, they are feeling sleepy. They have been already. I think I got all of the things. So that looks fine. Maybe I should let it play out till the end of the sound bites. That could work, so let's do that.
Shattered in an instant. The greatest minds of Amphibia bested by a girl so insignificant. It was the demon of nightmares who undid our fate. Now it's time for revenge until every single world cowers in our wake.
I think that's like the TV, but it's actually the person. So, sticky. Sup, Golpa? Welcome to the stream. Time flies slow in experience, but looking back, it feels fast. Yeah, most definitely Galactic. That's how I feel too. The heck? Oh yeah, I did paste that. Let's actually get the room here. Let's mess it around. Stand because I like them. They're huge. The hand. Those are like elephants to fairies. Yeah, especially there's some really big ones. I think they call it a conch, but it's not really on land all that much. So might be a different snail I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's a real big one out there. There he is. In the corner. Just to throw back nostalgia. Yeah, it is good that we live in these times where we can just go back and consume the media we used to. Especially with this AI BS going on about. Now, don't even have to consume anything new. Because everything new is going to be horrible. So, may as well just watch the old stuff. Recently found some old stuff that I never even seen before called Walligator. Walligator. That's a good show. Yeah, excuse me. I gave those two wide mounts. This one's a wide mount too. Okay, so it doesn't need to go on that long. Now that that's cut, get back to me. This Skimorphism, why on internet and computer it's comfortable in those 2000s and 2010s. I'm not too sure what the morphism is, but it does sound interesting. It sounds kind of like a transformation type of thing. So let's do that. And we could have this deviate. Alright, so repeat 37 and 36. So we're gonna cut that. Cut. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of that. D off with the 36. D, that's 30, get rid of it. 40, okay. And that, gotta duplicate first. And cut. That's a true arrow. It can be hyper real like detail ruler. Oh, now I see sculptor comes from what Fruitiger arrow comes from. Oh, well that's neat. I'm thinking about like in like a cartoon that I'm making, not a comic book, but like an animation. I pitched it to Nickelodeon, but they rejected me. Anyways, so now I can make it violent if I want to. Although with censorship, it's gonna probably have to avoid that, so that sucks. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I was gonna think I might like make their society like based off of Fruitiger arrow, because I think that could be neat and interesting. So we're gonna have him jump like this. Let's just do that. So erase that. But yeah, that is neat, like knowing like where that specific idea came from. That is correct, Don. Also, welcome to the stream. Till we meet again. Oh, that was random. Yeah, like 2000 CGI. Yeah, I can't see that being like Fruitiger arrow. Like I really like the aesthetic of Jimmy Neutron. That's kind of like it, in my opinion. Everything was rounded. The future actually seemed nice instead of tiresome and troubling. Seems really neat. There are so many like AI cultists these days. It's unfortunate. I've seen Samster Snuggle Bunny 2008. So nostalgic. Like, I don't really recall that, but it was probably before my time. Well, I guess a little after, since you're slightly younger than me. Alright, so let's have this TV right there. The creator of Crazy Frog and Gummy Bear. Oh, I know that those two commercials for that were everywhere, and Crazy Frog is just so iconic. He made that. Well, he didn't really make it, but it was a great cover of Axel F. I think Axel F was made by Beethoven, but he did an amazing cover of it. I still listen to it to this day. That's enough of that right there. Let's just let's actually erase him, and I'll just recreate him. There. So let's also add the ears here. So left is Beverly Hills Cop Team composer. Oh, I really thought it was Beethoven, but I guess I'm mistaken. Oh, there's the hour. Let me get back to the fairy book. Alright. Yeah, that's neat to know. I think we're gonna keep that right there for right now. See, on that trip, I saw like so many beautiful skies on that trip, so I feel like this isn't really adequate. I think I know I want there to be a time change at some point in this, so I think I'm gonna have this be some point midday. So I'm gonna need to go and change this to make it a brighter color. So let's make it bright. Decrease it to about that. And let's just make it more vibrant, because that's my art style, kind of. Just a vibrant sky, even though it doesn't really look like that, but that's what I like. It's much better. Now let's fix this cloud a bit. First things first, let's just color that and make it a bit more like that, kind of. kind of milky. So just gonna have like some clouds pepper the sky. I have to be careful to like not paint the clouds over the stuff, and make sure that everything is like just fine. Funny that kind of made a shadow, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. And let's just have one directly over here. Then I'm gonna have like some see-through ones, so it's kind of like sky mist or something like that. Has many types of aesthetics: edgy, bright, and colorful. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like my aesthetic for like my whole channel. Well, not recent. Well, recently, not really edgy. I haven't made anything violent in a hot minute, but I do have bright and colorful down to a T. Let's expand that to 30. See, does that look good? I think it does. Like, this adds a little bit of something to the clouds and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, I've seen Zinks and Link's Flash games, which is the most seen Core 10 I've ever found. And I remember playing like all kinds of Flash games when I was younger. I remembered one recently called Piranha. That was a real good one. Played as a killer piranha and 8 people. I used to play all kinds of games where you killed the humans. It was so nice. There was like one called Sneeze. I'm not sure, but I think I played it just before the pandemic again. It's funny just doing that. I know some folks deliberately infected other people when the pandemic is going around. But that's just the way folks are. Now let's draw the boy.
And Toad's gonna be a bumpy road. Flash for snacks, words for lunch. I think I actually love this. It's no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Crazy street, but it's no big deal.
Oh, they sung the whole time in this one. Find this Fishtail, Milk Quest, Nail, and many more. I actually played Neil the Nail. Oh, there was one that I tried to get my friend to play. The name of it was shoot, I forgot. But it was so good. It was very like thought-provoking. You play as this man who cured cancer and then spread the cure like all across the earth for free. So because like he's an idiot. So what he did was he ended up releasing life-eating bacteria that was gonna eat and end all life on the planet. So yeah, that was just funny. Oh, and in that game, you can try to work as hard as you can to save it, or spend your final 5 days with your family. But there are multiple endings to it, but you can never experience it because once you played it, you can reload the page, but it won't let you play it again. It is pretty neat though. Forget what they call it. Let me see. All I remember is I did get her to play it. But I can't recall what it was called. I think it was my pan. Where's my pan? Yeah, can't find it. Alright. That's it. Alright, let's just keep it going. Yes to no. There we go. And then, like, I'm just gonna assemble the sandwich over here. Just have him grab onto it. But yeah, these fairies, they have like naturally small noses, but it is entirely possible for them to have like bigger noses, some of them. And since Maddie Chu like wanted like her character to be in the comic, and her character is like a furry type of fairy, like a wolf fairy. So that actually inspired me to create racism. So what I did was I'm probably not gonna cover it in the story, but I might. Is that what the wolf fairies like that? They actually come from the mountain. there's gonna be like a mountain nearby where wolf fairies evolved and just stay for the most part. So these wolf fairies, they can only eat meat, and they have their own way of life that's completely different from these types of fairies. So for the most part, these fairies, they fought in the war like against those other ones, and those other ones they ended up losing. But they still have their own way of life, and it's a long time past, and they're basically still alive. Alright, made so many characters for my filmmaker self. Oh, that's cool. You should make like some stuff and like post it. Like make a comic or something like that. I think for the most part, I had his head kind of like that. So true. But yeah, so we're 1 hour 18 minutes into this. So usually is the stream would start to crash like around now, maybe. I managed to make it 2 hours once, so I can keep going, but just know that if it cuts abruptly, like just buy in advance. And so let me see how this looks. So that looks good like that. Excuse me. Could fairies eat mushrooms, not the drug ones? Yes, they can. In fact, they live in mushrooms. These mushrooms are like poisonous to most other species. But for them, it's technically edible, but they don't eat it, they live in it. Because, like, since these fairies are only 2 inches tall, most animals, in fact, like, try to kill them and eat them. And they can do so very easily. So that's why they have to, like, have their society kind of in hiding. So they hide inside of logs and all kinds of other stuff so that they can't be found out by, like, bugs and all kinds of other stuff. It's very rare, if not impossible, for a fairy or a small group of fairies to just be in the wild all on their own. They have to be in a faction to survive. So yeah, you wouldn't really see like a fairy all alone in a field. But one good thing about the fairies is that the older ones, they actually have the ability to control grass. Like, think of it kind of like water bending, except instead of water, they can bend grass. So once the older ones are capable of doing that, they usually end up pivoting their career to making grass walls easily for the colony. And they make a pretty penny out of it too. And then there are these wood elves that they trade with that actually help them make all kinds of wooden objects. The wood elves follow the same religion the fairies do, but the wood elves, instead of living just 50 years like the fairies, they can live a few thousand years. So they actually know the story accurately, and it wasn't lost in translation to them like it was with the fairies. The fairies don't really give two craps about them knowing it because that's just their way of life, so they're not gonna change it. Alright, so we're gonna have this guy's, maybe his head tilted like that. I'm gonna make his sandwich first though. Oh my ears are itching. Oh goodness gracious. Alright. Just excuse me for a small moment. I just need to scratch the heck out of it. Alright. Fairies eat the mushrooms, not the plum one. Oh yeah, I said that already. We read that already, I mean. And sorry if you end up hearing some stuff. Alright, but anyways, I can still answer a whole bunch of questions about fairies, because it is a fun topic to talk about. Oh yeah, I was talking about the wood elves. So, you know how the fairies, how with time they can control blades of grass. The wood elves are able to control wood. They can control trees, all kinds of stuff. So it's like the power the fairies got, when they get old, but on steroids. The most a fairy could do with a blade of grass is just wrap someone up and hold them tightly. While a wood elf, they can use a piece of wood and instantly decapitate someone, have a tree grow through their flesh, all kinds of stuff. So wood elves are a lot stronger than the fairies. And that's not even including their size difference. Wood elves are just... Alright, now my ears feel a little better. Alright, wood elves are just slightly bigger than the fairies. They're 1 foot tall, 1 human foot. So that means they're just not that much smaller than the fairies. So 12 inches are in a foot. So that means it will take 6 fairies to fit in a foot. So they can, in theory, have a small family inside of a shoe. So here is an example of fairy next to a wood elf. Alright, so here's the fairy. For visual distinction, let's just copy this. Just to make sure that it's correct. Alright, so as you guys know, since I drew it earlier, one fairy is smaller than an entire human finger. But this is around the size of a wood elf. I'll just draw a quick sketch of one. They actually made a whole time lapse of me drawing one of these guys before. Alright, so this is a wood elf. My brain has a replay stuff. It acts like a radio, but it's more like a planet with radio. Yeah, same here. I can see stuff in my head quite vividly when I think about it. Right, so this is basically how the wood elves look. Just a quick sketch of one. And despite their appearance, they are a very peaceful species. So they kind of look like that. And yeah, I feel like some of the fairies would be scared of the wood elves, but they don't really have anything to fear. Yeah, so if we scale the fairy up to the size of a human, the wood elves would be around like 6 stories tall. So that's basically how they would look. Yeah, the wood elves are definitely friendly. Yeah, they're like a big friend to the fairies. In fact, all of these fairies, they live inside of a log. So what the wood elves did is they actually reinforced the log, because the wood elves, they can control like the log's density too. So they made it like so strong that it's really hard for the log to break. So that means they don't have to worry about maggots or anything like that coming and trying to destroy the log. They can just stay and have a nice permanent settlement in there. Because these fairies, they usually have to move around or like go inside of living trees. Like, it's very labor intensive for them to find a new colony home. But thanks to them being friends with the wood elves now, they can actually be happy and find a nice spot to live in. Yeah, it's pretty cool, in my opinion.
So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you say,
yeah, so like this wood elf is basically small compared to a human. Still pretty big compared to the fairies, but for the giants, which is what the humans call them, then the humans are basically incomprehensibly big to the average fairy. Like, there are like remnants of human objects in common places with the fairies, but they just in shock and awe whenever they see a human, and in like complete terror too. So that's basically how they look. I'll color him in quickly too, because why not?
very angry old slime and a talking Dorito.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight to our show. We're glad we got to spend some time with you all, from the frogs to the demons and those witches at the back. Let's run that one more time, yeah? All right, folks.
So how about that?
All right, and
The best for last. So we hope that you've enjoyed and had a blast.
so this is basically how they look. They kind of look like owls. Their design is kind of like inspired by chick charnies. That's like an old folklore type of thing. So they're gonna be inspired by that too. And in the world this takes place in, it's not gonna happen in the comic book at all. But in the world that this takes place in, there are actual giants. Like imagine like each of these lines for the fairy was an actual human. and then we add on 10 more on top, and then we would have the size of a giant right there. So yeah, we have giants in this series too. But the giant is only gonna appear in the sister series, which is a cartoon that I'm making called The Cryptic Adventures of Chloe and Caleb. The giant's only gonna be in that series. But hey, so just imagine you're just living in a city, a nice little metropolis, and then all of a sudden, everything just gets crushed. That's how big a giant's foot is. It could just commit genocide on an entire city of these fairies. Well, if a human steps in a fairy city, then like maybe just 10 of them will die, but if one of those giants step on it, they're all dead. Okay, so let me just do that. I'll leave that there for right now. And maybe I will do like a post showing like the size difference between them. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Oh, forgot to switch for a while, so let's switch. Some peaceful music. Alright, so let's have the arm go like here. One moment. I need to change that television. Because there's some weird stuff going on right there. Okay. Yeah, that's basically how these elves do. Alright, so 1:30, it usually cuts out around now. I'm still gonna keep going though, I'm still gonna try to keep this going. Sure. Let's undo that. Yeah, but it's nice talking about the series that I'm working on. Let's make that eraser smaller. Gonna have the television start to get knocked over now. Let's do it the next frame. Alright, so that's looking good there. Alright, this arm is big as heck, so we're gonna fix that. Oh no. Sorry. Let's see. Oh yeah, that new War of the Worlds movie. It's absolutely horrible. Like, I feel like it could be interesting if they just went with what they seem to want to go for, which was like a government surveillance angle. And I could see that working. It seems interesting. But then the aliens showed up and, goodness gracious, it just got worse and worse. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. And it is a shame that poor Ice-T is attached to such a horrible movie. I remember him when he was in that movie, First Sunday. I believe that was him. Yeah, him and, let's see, what was he called? I know Tracy Morgan, yeah. That was a real good movie. Alright, so he had eyes like that. Actually, that kind of looked like his eye color, but it wasn't, so let's undo. Oh, DJ Falco. I already did that. But here they are. I'm not sure if you wanted like the faces. I actually did that around like 20 minutes into the stream. Also, welcome to the stream, DJ Falco. Alright, so I did like these guys. I wasn't too sure like how to make them look distinct. Like in most of the images, they only had these masks on them. I can only tell differences from their eyes. And from what I can tell, like this guy like had big black eyebrows here. This guy had blue eyes, while the other one just had red eyebrows. That was basically it. I couldn't really tell like the difference in their faces. Jane looks good in the shirtless outfit. Thank you. Since his skin is already yellow, I just decided to make it stay that color. Because it's already like the golden yellow color. Oh, my neck. My neck. It's hurting me. My neck. Alright, so we're gonna have 6, hopefully. Add sunglasses to Zane. Sure thing. And I hit my microphone. Sorry about that. Alright, let's add them sunglasses. It was around time to switch anyway. I'm doing things where like I switch to doing things that folks like want to see. Alright, so we're just gonna do that. Lower the opacity to about there. Actually, let's make it blue and do that. Then we're gonna make it black and do that so it still has the purple tint but be much darker. There we go. Wonder what other trios, characters could be good in the anime transformation outfit. I don't know, but these do look good. I like these Legos that were made. Alright. So that's the 20 minutes. Need to remind everyone that the stream may cut off randomly, so goodbye in advance, but I'm not finishing yet. Alright, so I'm actually gonna make these bigger since that seems to be it right now. So let's actually copy. Do that, and then make these ones bigger. It's probably an easier way to do that, but yeah. There they are, right there, in all their glory. Okay. So let's get back to this, and now let's actually draw this unbelievable, super crazy thing here. You move Zane to the center? Sure. Let's actually undo this slightly. Just move it to about here. Let's move this over to here. Oh. And here we are. Let's get rid of the reference image too. And they all look much better like that. Oh, that was an accident. Okay, let's also do that. And there we go. That Zane looks good in the center. Yeah, he does look good like that. Alright, let's do the burger now. Alright, so we got grass bread. So it's gonna look kind of like that. I'm not sure how I would do that, like how I would make the grass bread looks, because grass is basically just wheat, so I guess I could just make it like a green bun. But anyways, let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, 4. Oh, that was an accident. So I should make it in 4 since I'm gonna shrink it now. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so let's add some of the mushrooms on there, because these guys, actually the main character, he is a mushroom farmer at the moment, so he farms these mushrooms in the little underground cave that they have. So like all the mushrooms is gonna be here. There's probably an easier way of doing this, but if there is, I don't know it. So we're gonna keep it going. By the way, just so y'all know, I'm making the mushrooms that this little guy here is eating. You can see his antenna formed the shape of a heart because he's happy. Alright, so seems like I'm all caught up on the chat, which is great. And I am happy that I'm at 7,060 subscribers. I know I'm not gonna do it, but hopefully I can hit 8,000 by the end of the year. That would be fun, but I haven't been posting enough like animated content to be doing that. I mean, this is an animation channel, yet I have only made 1 animation this year. I've worked on a few, but I just never completed them. So that's very upsetting to me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna just color it in quickly. Since technically their shirts are made of grass, we're gonna just do that but make it slightly more vibrant. Or maybe less vibrant since it is processed. Let's actually make a new tin here, because with bread they have these like little fine holes to them. Little fine holes right there. So we're gonna just fix that in a certain way. So we're just gonna do that. Alright. This may not look like it, but it's gonna be an excellent bun texture once I'm done. Like, just grab yourself a piece of bread and you can see these little fine holes in it. Trust me, it makes sense. Alright. That works. And I'm gonna copy that over. Okay. Now let's get to the fill-in. And from clipboard. And there it is, the bread. Okay. So I believe I started this at 140. So we're gonna keep it going till then. Till 2. Wait, I know for a fact we got a crash there. Alright, so let's actually do the mushroom texture now. Yeah, I'll add one there too, because why not? Shrink these down and have like some of the legs go like that. I'm just gonna have little nonsensical legs for them. able to post the outfits on your community tab after the stream? I sure can. I'll be sure to do that. Oh, shoot. By the way, can y'all hear like a buzzing noise? It's not my microphone. It's just something for my back. Well, my neck actually. Okay. I really like the sound of that, so. Oh no. I guess somehow I don't see any loose pixels there, but. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, now that's fixed. I think I'm gonna make it so it's darker red in the background just to show that there's a lot more of them going on. Like in that sandwich. So next we're gonna have to. Oh no. Alright, so we're gonna have to have some venison, which is basically how a jackalope meat would look. One in the world? Okay. Let's have the cheese go around like that. By the way, in case some of y'all are wondering, a jackalope is basically a horned rabbit. They basically use that as horses to like carry stuff around for them across various settlements. And there's mouse meat, so gonna make this one like extra red maybe. It's a little bit too bright. Gonna make this on the pinker side. Right. I'm really enjoying this part, so I think I'm gonna ignore the rule for a bit and just stay here and just finish this specific frame. Let's add some little stripes to it. I should have molded the cheese since honey's gonna be on there, but that's fine. Let's actually make this go a little bit higher. Sorry. But yeah, like, would you guys eat this sandwich? Mushroom, cheese, ants, rabbit, and mouse, along with some mites and honey. I mean, other than the mite and the honey, that could probably be a decent sandwich. I don't know how a mouse tastes, but I hear it tastes like chicken, and I hear a rabbit tastes kind of like beef, but like more gamey. So it could be a good sandwich. And so cheese, mouse, now it's for the honey. Honey, we could just give that a nice golden glaze. Actually, let's make the mites first. So let's do that. With the mites. For those of you that don't know what mites are, they're these kinds of bugs that goes and eats dead tins off of insects. So we're just gonna do that. Just give them that. So that should make it a little bit easier to make some more. So let's just do that. Alright, so here's the bugs. To the next trio you're joining. Miles Morales, Harvey Brown, Anna, Privateer, Hackar. I'm guessing that's the Indian Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse movies and the outfits. Miles in the alien outfit. Sure. Just like have that. Since I know I'm gonna forget, just have that post ready so that you can like comment it when I make the post of the trio, because that would make it easier for me to remember, since the live chat tends to take a while to show up. So yeah, just comment it in the 10 and I will show it. And I will make it. Alright, so there we go. Because I need to do research on how Hobby and the other guy looks. And I know how Miles looks, but I don't know how he looks that well. So we're gonna just do that. And so you can see through stuff. You can't really see through stuff covered with cheese, but you can see through stuff covered with honey. So I'm gonna make that the difference. And honey is gonna be a slight orange texture to it. But yeah, I can definitely do that. Surprised the stream hasn't cut out just yet. And the petals are basically just flower petals. Oh, that is a mighty fine sand. Oh, I don't want to. I think we're going to keep that as is. It's just going to be a continuity error. One show that I've watched recently is season 2 of Wednesday, and it's kind of underwhelming. I expected more, and it's only 4 episodes. I don't know. If they're gonna do all that, I think they should just release the episodes once a week. Because I want to either see the whole 10 when it's ready, or just let me wait the week. I don't mind which way, but it needs to be one way or the other. Okay. Spent 40 minutes making a sandwich. The episode I'm most excited for is the one with Lady Gaga. Well, if Lady Gaga is gonna be on Wednesday, I'm sure it's gonna be pretty good. I think she was like the singer, the musical singer that popularized the idea of wearing meat. That would be interesting. If she like shows up there in a meat dress. Yeah, like if that is coming up, that seems like it would be a pretty fun episode. Now let's head back on over to that. Excuse me. I have burped. Anyways. One moment. Oh, this is loud. Okay. I don't have as many folks watching right now, so I think I can get away with a quick break. If the break stops, well, that's sad. But nah, I can hold it. I was gonna go urinate, but I decided not to. Honest tongue. I don't have all that much to say. After all this, then I gotta work on Marichu's animation. I think this is probably a nice format to be doing it. Basically have each and every one of them be like 20 minutes per switch. Like for if I don't plan on like doing one tin the whole stream. I think that's a pretty good format.
My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. In a void bordering 3 worlds, I have awoken, and I'll see the barriers between them.
I feel like maybe I would like make like sort 4 panels, like with the fairies doing like fairy jobs all around. That could be an interesting way to like get folks into the comic itself. It could be interesting. I don't know why I keep forgetting that last part. I just keep seeming to forget it. I don't know why. There we go. Oh, he was in blue.
I'm so bored. These games.
Alright, surprised I did not crash yet. If I do buy in advance, no new comments yet. I shouldn't really be coloring him in just yet. Lady Gaga. Yeah, apparently Lady Gaga is gonna be in. This is a bit loud. Apparently Lady Gaga is gonna be in an episode of Wednesday. So that's pretty interesting. Let's undo and undo. Oh, excuse me. Well, you know what? I've just remembered an old TV show. I haven't been able to find it, but I have been able to find the documentary it was based off of, called The Future is Wild. The show has the same name, by the way, where it's basically a show about trying to find a safe place for humanity to survive because the world became a frozen wasteland due to climate change, which is kind of funny. But how it seems like the opposite happened. But anyways, um, so that's what that show is about, which is the cartoon. But what I found is the documentary it's based off of, which is about like speculative evolution, I should say, on how animals might evolve like thousands, even millions of years later, which I find to be quite fascinating because I'm kind of into speculative evolution myself. But so I think I'm gonna rewatch it pretty soon. Seems pretty interesting, if I do say so myself, and I do. So you're gonna have that right there. See if I can move this over a little bit. Okay, so that's good. Let's actually animate the TV for now. It seems like a nice amount of folks are showing up. Just pretty good, even though I don't have too much time left. But hey, at least the stream didn't crash, so that's good to know. Alright, so now I think I'm at the point where I'm gonna have to start drawing the TV. Alright. I'm bad at angles, so hopefully this one is adequate. Alright, so we're just gonna have kind of go like this, like that, like that. Like, this is probably why people use reference photos. Alright, so let's go with that. Oh my, let's mess that up there. It's gonna make that even smaller in hopes of shaving it down into it looking like how I want it to. Alright, so that's looking good. Alright, let's draw a little bit more of the human. So let's go back to that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this here and here. Here.
Our might shattered in an instant.
So made that a little bit wider, a little bit longer, I should say. That should be good. Okay, so that's good there. Let's go down to here. But so, anyways, I recently watched a show about someone turning into a chicken nugget, and then her father and her, I was gonna say lover, but they ain't that way. I don't even know if they're friends. So, I guess he's kind of a stalker, but not really. They work together to find an alien machine that turned her into that, so that they can turn her back in. At the end of the show, she didn't even get turned back, so that was unfortunate. But it was an entertaining show nonetheless. So yeah, name of it is Chicken Nugget. You can check it out. It was funny, so it was a pretty fun time. Now back to this guy. Something about him looks all kinds of messed up. So yeah, maybe I just need to. Yeah, that looks more better already. Oh, that's the Caleb that I know. I spent ages drawing this guy. Caught up with the character design for him quite some time ago. But yeah, my neck is hurting me. a whole bunch. So wait a second, why is there no purple? There should be a purple there. There we go. Headband is 10 as heck, but go, now it's fixed. I think that was the thing that was wrong with Caleb. His iconic headband was just gunzo. I'm nearly out of time. So I wouldn't really be able to finish this. But I am happy with the amount that I got done in the stream that you all got to observe, so that's pretty nice. I'm happy about that. We completed a little bit more of this animation here, and that's good. This one, let's at least finish the TV of this part. See, I think it's that part. Alright, so that's good there. Let's actually erase this. I don't really draw perspective shots all that much, so this is gonna be a real doozy for me. But hopefully it comes out looking pretty fine. So let's actually, since this perspective, add that and then make this part kind of thin. And like add that. I don't know. I have to play around with it for a bit longer. But anyways, I do this randomly, so you should be sure to subscribe because I do this randomly. You'll never know when I'm streaming. I won't stream too late, like out of courtesy for other folks, but that's about it basically. Other than that, I stream completely randomly. So let's see how this looks. See, so there's that. I feel like the TV got bigger, so I guess that works with this falling forward. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. It's not really much of a point in liking right now, but you can like it. Would be helpful to me, and be sure to, oh gosh, let's fix that head real quick. So yeah, be sure to press that like button. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just go. That's basically all I wanted to say. Alright, so be sure to comment down below about all kinds of stuff that you liked about the stream or what you want to see. And I think this is going to be it. So until next time, this is Invasion Animation headed out. Let me erase that TV. Oop. Oh no! Accidentally erased that man. Well, let's just keep the TV for now. Till next time. Should I let it keep going till 3? Nah, I'm not doing that. Okay.